It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it's marvelous because you're up with us. My name is Mark Daniels.
Good morning. I'm Tamika Cartwright, filling in for Davriel Gardner, who's on maternity leave. So I'll be here with you for a bit.
Yeah. Hey, Dav. Hey, Tommy.
Hey.
Hey, Dav. We're saying hi to you. We know you are doing important things. We miss you, and we'll see you in a couple of months, right?
That's right.
Tell
That's
me,
right.
how was your weekend?
Really good. Really
Yeah.
good. Yep. So we had the Thanksgiving thing.
All
It was
right.
really nice on Sunday.
Yeah.
My son was here too from university.
Oh, there you go.
So that was nice. It's nice to have him in town. It's nice to have the whole family at the table.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's like. All of my children are 10 and younger. The furthest they go is to school, to Grammy, and back. So,
Oh, nice. Enjoy that.
yeah?
Enjoy that.
What is it like having a university kid coming home?
It's really exciting. It's a bit nerve-wracking too, right? Because you're always, I'm still that mom that's that watches, like, I'm tracking the plane, making sure he lands safely. So yeah, you're still the overprotective parent, no matter how old they are.
Hey, but that's wonderful. It's always good to know you got mommy in your corner, right? I remember coming home from school and looking forward to the meals and seeing everybody. It's really a time of just kind of re-energizing yourself before exams.
Exactly.
So I don't know if he has exams
There's
coming
exams.
up. Yeah, right.
There is exams. Yeah, how they do exams in between the Thanksgiving break and then there's Christmas. I don't know. Like, who's supposed to be focused, right?
I know, right? You charge up on Thanksgiving, you come get some home cooked food, get some sun. You might jump in some cold water depending on where you're from. But it's that time of year, it is exams. My children's exams start today as well.
Oh,
So
no.
to everyone out there, all the Bahamian students home and abroad, exam week kicks off. We're getting ready to wind down for the Christmas. Just remember, you learn by 3 ways. First, you read it, then you write it, then you explain it. After that, it'll be in your mind. So good luck this week. Good luck cramming if you need to cram. And don't worry, all will be well. We ain't gonna keep your Christmas presents away from you if you don't do too good, right? Are you that kind of person? If the grades aren't good enough?
We
then-
threaten. We threaten. The threats work.
Right?
We do threaten them.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, we just hold on and say, you know what, if you get that B, then maybe you'll get that PlayStation.
Exactly.
But we've got a great show coming up for you. Before we go on, Zonta Club of Nassau would like to invite you to register for their free webinar called Healthy Relationships, Let's Overcome Obstacles with Knowledge. And this is happening Thursday, December 5th. So sign up for that. Lots of information there, lots of fellowship, great things that are happening out of Zonta Club of Nassau. And we got an exciting show for you today. We'll be hearing about the upcoming UB Alumni Awards, and we're going to revisit our segment with the Healthy Bahamas Coalition.
That's right. And then we'll also hear from members of the National Junkanoo Committee with the latest updates. Plus, we're kicking off our My Library series, which is going to be super exciting. And that's an opportunity to inspire Bahamians to write, to publish, and celebrate Bahamian literature. But first, let's check in with weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tommy, and good morning. We're having your first look at weather at sunrise. We get two fronts, one over southeastern islands, triggering a couple of showers, and one over the extreme northwest Bahamas and the Grand Bahama Abaco, and that's going to quickly move through the islands into the southeastern North together. High pressure builds behind the system, so we have some windy conditions starting today. The weather today, a mix of sun and clouds, breezy, on the mild side with a few showers, mainly across the northwest and central Bahamas along that frontal boundary. Your high temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, and cool. A few showers over the southeastern islands. Your low going down to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 88 and 78. In Jamaica 88 and 78. In Trinidad 88 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 85 and 72. Across North America, Atlanta 44 and 24. In Boston 39 and 28. In Miami 73 and 59. Dallas, Texas, 52 and 43, and Toronto, Canada, 36 and 27. As you go the week, those two fronts will merge over southeastern islands later today. High pressure builds, and it creates some windy conditions, and so we are asking small crafters to be careful as they go into the sea today because of the high winds. And those temperatures daytime will now be in the upper 70s daytime, at nighttime in the mid 60s. That puts Rock and first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. UB has been busy these past couple of months, and it continues. The University of the Bahamas is celebrating its 50th anniversary with a President's Soiree and Hall of Fame and Outstanding Alumni Awards. And this is to honor exceptional alumni who've made significant contributions in their fields. And joining me now is Naisha Tylas.
Hi.
She is the chair of the UB Alumni Association.
Yes.
Good morning and
Good
welcome back to
morning.
Bahamas at Sunrise.
Well, thank you for having me.
Have you guys stopped since homecoming, or we keep going?
We're still going. We're still going. We're in celebration mode. You know, it's the university's 50th, so of course we have to celebrate for the entire year.
Yeah.
And we're in the final month of the year, and we're kicking it all off with our President's Soiree and Alumni Awards.
So tell us a little bit about it. What's it all about?
Sure. So for us, it's an opportunity just to recognize alumni in various fields and for their area of expertise. And so we have several awards that we are awarding to various honorees. We have the Trailblazer Award, and that's for those within the year 2014. We have the Outstanding Alumni Awards. We are giving a Lifetime Achievement Award, and we're inducting two honorees into the Hall of Fame. And for us, it's just an opportunity just to recognize them. We have those in English, those doing great things in the medical field, those doing great things in the educational field. And, you know, for some of them, their foundation was the College of the Bahamas. I understand. I understand.
Yes, right.
And for us, it's just recognizing all of that, the foundation that was laid some years ago. And for us, it's just about honoring them and their hard work.
Yeah, and you know, when I went to College of the Bahamas, I remember getting accepted and everyone telling me, if you could make it at COB, you could make it anywhere. And I
Yep.
think that is definitely true.
It is.
And this is what this alumni awards presentation, it celebrates the people who may have started at COB, started at UB, they may have ended there. But the point is that you got that experience, you supported our local university, our local College of the Bahamas, and it had an enriching experience.
Definitely.
And we get to celebrate those people.
Yeah.
So anybody you want to mention that's going to be honored that night?
Sure, we have a number of honorees. We have Ashley Knowles that's going to be honored, Alfonso Major, Crystal Rutherford that's going to be honored, Merritt Storr that's going to be honored, Sharon Poitier that's going to be honored, Dr. Nakara Stubbs Young that's going to be honored. Just a number of honorees that are doing exceptional things honored this coming Saturday.
Yeah,
This
so
coming
it's happening Saturday.
Yep, it's happening this coming Saturday at Bahamar. Tickets are available at Chapter 1 Bookstore. That's the bookstore right across from the University of the Bahamas on University Drive. And it's just going to be an exciting time. We do have the President's Soiree that's attached to that, right? Because it's the 50th, we have Acting President Janine Horter that's there, and she's been kind of laying that foundation even prior to now, right? And so just an opportunity just to celebrate how far the university has come. We're celebrating in music and video and honoring honorees. So it's just going to be a great night.
So who should come to this event? Is it just current UB staff and alumni? Is it just persons who are, you know, they're just looking for a good time? Who should come out to this
Everyone.
event?
Right? For me, I always say it's the nation's institution. So it's for the nation. Everyone should attend. Alumni, they get to see how far the university has come. Donors, sponsors, those interested in just contributing just by attending because the proceeds from this event goes toward the annual fund of the University of the Bahamas, which helps our students, whether it's with repairing labs, assisting with books, etc. And so just by attending, you're contributing and helping a student. And so it's for everyone to attend. We also have students that's going to be in attendance because they are able to see what alumni are doing and kind of see what is possible for them as well. So it's open to everyone.
Yeah, I think it's a great event no matter who you are. If you're somebody that knows nothing about the university, it's a chance for you to see what they have done and what's going to be happening going forward. If you're somebody that wants to find a way to get involved with the university, you talk about sponsors, you talk about people who support the different programs, come on out and figure out where you fall in, right? So what is the dress code and what's the tone for a night? We're having fun or we're just going to be sitting down like...
Both. Both.
All right.
Both.
Yeah.
I mean, why choose?
I know, right?
Why choose? A little bit of both. So we have our sit-down element. We do have a VIP experience. It starts at 6 p.m. Our program starts officially at 7, and right after we're done with all of the awards, we get to boogie,
All
right?
right.
We do have a little fun. Just once again, it's a celebration, and so you can't have celebration sitting down, right? So we invite everyone to celebrate with us. In terms of dress code, it is a formal event. Blue carpet. We do blue carpet
there you go.
over at the
Exactly, yeah.
University of the Bahamas. You know, in your days it was maroon,
Yes,
coral,
it was. Yes,
right,
maroony.
right, maroony-ish. In our days, right? You've now been,
The
adopted.
Mingo Blue, right?
Mango blue, so we do the blue carpet, so you come and experience blue carpet. There's a cocktail reception that's prior to our program starting, which starts at 7. We have the official toast by the president, and we kickstart our program, after which, like I said, we have a good time once we're done with all of the awards.
It's been wonderful watching the university grow over the years since becoming the University of the Bahamas, going through the changes. It was a lot of change for the public, for the students, for the faculty, but in moments like this, you get to celebrate how far the university has come and what's happening going forward. So I'm going to encourage everybody to come on out,
Yes.
buy your tickets. How much are tickets?
So tickets are $200, and you can purchase them at a Chapter 1 bookstore.
Chapter 1 bookstore.
Yeah.
Get your tickets. Make sure you get a whole table. Ken Pearson's
You can
arrange tables.
You can arrange a table, and it's at a discounted rate as well. So why not just get a table?
Get a table,
Yeah.
Get a table. All the organizations out there, private sector that has benefited from the education of UB, from the support of UB, or who continues to support UB.
Correct.
Get your tables, book it out. We want the place to be full. Bahamas this Saturday.
Yep.
Cocktails start at 6, programs start at 7, and we're boogieing and having fun all night.
Yes.
As UB continues to grow, what's UB's brand and what makes UB stand out from other universities in the region and other choices that students may have?
So I think it's that Mingo's hospitality, right? For us leaning into where we're located, the Bahamas, and using that specificity in terms of just how we engage our students, the level of education that our students have, so that when they go to other institutions, it's a breeze, right?
Yeah, right.
When they go into the workforce, it's a breeze. So for us, it's just about indoctrinating. I'm going to use that word,
I
right?
love it.
Indoctrinating our students just to continue to walk in excellence. And I think when you see a University of the Bahamas student, when you see a COB student, an alum,
Yeah.
right? It's that level of excellence that came from the University of the Bahamas.
I love that. I love that. I'm all inspired. I need to go sign up for another course
Come.
in the new year,
Come
right?
on down. Come on
Continuing
down.
Ed is still a
Yeah.
part of the alumni, right?
Yeah.
So tell us again, remind us date, time, and how we can attend this event.
Sure. So we have the President's Soiree Hall of Fame and Outstanding Alumni Awards happening this coming Saturday, December 7th at Bahamas. Our VIP experience starts at 6 p.m. Our program starts officially at 7. Tickets are available at Chapter 1 Bookstore right on University Drive.
Fantastic. Everybody get ready. Buy your tickets, get your tables ready, get your Mingo Blue, and get ready to socialize, network, celebrate, and have some fun.
Sounds good.
It's always great having you on the show.
Thank you for
I
having
hope
me.
UB gets to rest at some point
Yeah,
over this.
I hope to see you there.
All right, we can be there, man.
Okay,
Shaking a leg.
very good.
Thanks for being here again. Look forward to Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're watching Mountains and Sunrise. Go support the ting. Mingo's on Saturday.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together, or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
family. Step into sophistication at Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. There you'll find a wide array of colorful, elegant fashion for ladies. Shop brand name clothing and shoes such as McDougal, Bashley Mishka, Sam Elderman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jessica Simpson. We've got you covered for the office, date night, red carpet events, and more. Also check out our stunning accessories. That's Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
The National Junkanoo Committee, NJC, is an advisory body appointed by the Cabinet of the Bahamas government. And here to provide us with an update are Dr. Dwight Marshall, Deputy Co-Chair of the National Junkanoo Committee, and Warren Andrew Pinder, Chairman of the National Junkanoo Committee. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
All right, so let's start. Just tell us what the NJC is and who makes up this committee.
The NDC is an appointed body by the government of the Bahamas that acts in the role of an advisory to the Minister on Junkanoo Affairs.
Okay, so when you say an advisor, like what are we advising about exactly?
The development, the growth, we advise on, the need, the trends, everything that he may need some advice on.
Okay, all right.
To progress the parades.
Okay, and then what's the role and responsibility of the NJC?
Well, we're in charge of all the parades, senior and junior parades, throughout the archipelago, except the two parades in Nassau, which is run by the Junkanoo Corporation of the Providence, the JCNP. But we're responsible for everything else outside of that.
Okay, so Family Island as well?
Yes.
Wow, so how do you coordinate that? Does like a team go over? How does that work?
That is really our trust. That is to develop Junkanoo. Right now we have workshops going on. We've been to Exuma, we've been to Abaco. This weekend they're in Andros because we have found that there's a need for the growth of Junkanoo there in those islands. There's this real, well, in terms of building costumes and so forth. So we have taken members of the NJC down there to assist them last year. We don't want to see costumes coming off in New Providence in Andros, like something that happened. So we're trying to change and bring it, become inclusive to what's really going on. All right.
Okay, so it sounds like something like that happened.
Well,
yeah, we've had a few instances where we have people transferring costumes to other islands, and that's not the purpose. We want to develop Junkanoo throughout the islands and get them on par to the standard we have here in Nassau. So like you said, we have teams down there. Right now, my other Deputy Co-Chair is Kislene Smith. She's usually on with us,
right.
But she's down there. She'll be coming home today, and I'm sure she's probably watching us. I'm mad that she couldn't be on with us this morning.
Okay, but she's holding things down.
Yes.
Over there. Okay.
Important.
All right. Awesome. And then, how would you say that the NJC is helping to expand Junkanoo?
Well, there's some really innovative initiatives that I've let Dr. Marshall speak about right now.
Things.
Because we want to bring the public involvement into Junkanoo.
Okay.
All right, and give back to the Junkanoo. All right, the person that goes out and they don't really see an individual, what would they call it, prize to coming to themselves, but we have found ways to make it satisfying for them in terms of what they do.
Okay.
Right. It is a labor of love, right? And for the average Junkanoo person, they spend a lot of money to get ready for a parade. And these are the real heroes of the parade because they're the ones who make it happen, right? And they're never recognized. The groups are recognized, but the individuals aren't. So one of initiatives that the National Jungle Committee came up with, we have a few contests where people can actually win monies to put back into their pockets. Last year we did the King Bella competition with the A category groups on Boxing Day. The Valley Boys won, Genesis got second, Saxons got third, so the Valley Boys will be defending, right? And we have an independent group of judges judging that category. We had the most creative award last year, and a guy in a grape suit, he did the whole entire costume out of grape leaves. He won last year. Well, this year we have two other ones. One we can speak on, and one is still in the works. We have the Rock the Square Award, where it's open to everybody. A and B categories have a chance to win, and it's based on music, that's the brass and the backline with the drums and everybody else, and it's open, where we actually split the prize. So we won't just give one group the entire music prize. We judge your brass, we judge your backline, and you can have one group winning brass, another group winning the backline. So that's exciting. Then there's another big award. We're not going to speak on it right now, probably down the line when we come back. But yeah, it's very exciting, very interactive as well.
What's important with that is that, like, for instance, you may have your group. For instance, Roots last year had a solid backline, but they couldn't win music because their brass didn't complement it. So now we're doing it where maybe they could win the backline section, someone else win brass, and that's, we're trying to encourage that, growth. In that capacity.
And that's so important. Have been watching Junkanoo for years from I was super little, but it was about maybe a couple years ago when I realized that the individuals that take part actually have to purchase their own costume, right? Yeah, so do you find that, is there some concern there with people having to do that, or are people just super excited because it's Junkanoo and we don't care and we're just going to come out and spend our money? What's the feel there?
Well, the individual Junkanoo is a unique person. It's love. It's pure love. And we spend a lot of money on these costumes. I know with me, after a certain point, I just stop counting because you get mad. All this money you got to spend on Junkanoo. But, and that's why I said they're real heroes, because they sacrifice so much time and so much money to go out there. And I applaud everybody with their efforts that they put into that role, because you have to be so dedicated, and I never look at a person and judge them, because that's their expression. So allow them to have that. We should appreciate all the Junkanoos.
Yeah, so important. And you talked about a couple of the events that's coming up. But what about the partnerships? Are there any partnerships that we can look forward to?
Yeah, there are. Well, firstly, the JCNP for putting off the New Providence Parade. That's their strategic partner to make sure that the parade is safe, to make it organized, to run on time. So that's something that, we give kudos to them for that. There's Scotiabank that we have brought on board right now with these initiatives that we are taking. They're sponsoring those. Then when we come back, we'll speak about Junior Junkanoo. All the sponsors, we encourage corporate partnership. We're asking for persons to come. Some of these prices that and there are more. If there are any corporate sponsors that want to get involved with Junkanoo, we'll be happy to speak to you and probably create something that you could sponsor.
Okay, what's the benefit of being a sponsor?
You would get, you're supporting our national culture. All right, so you're saying that you're putting into Bahamas. Right now, think about our brass. Junkanoo right now is the largest mentoring program in our country. Right. All right, you have young men that learn from those that have been there. Right, in the shack, there's harmony, because everyone has one goal. They won't get on bay and they won't win. Yeah. All right, so it's going to take the community to work together, and corporate sponsorship is essential to make this happen.
Yeah, you talk about the mentorship, and I think it's so important as well, because the kids from little, they're in the shack, they're learning from the adults, and somehow I was a teacher for many years, but we would have the kids would be beaten on the desk when we would be doing our morning devotion. Yeah. They just start they're 5 years old. Where does that come from?
That's that African in them. We came with that. That's in
but
that
it's
DNA.
I tried it. I got the African in me, but I tried it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know where these kids get it from, but they just have that in them.
It's a spirit.
Yeah.
It's a spirit. You came with that. And all you have to do is stand up on the bleachers and let a Junkanoo group come in, and that backline starts, and you automatically start to move, because that's where we came from.
Yeah.
It's a spirit. Junkanoo is a spirit.
I'll tell you, we could all be in a conversation right now, in a very important conversation. If we have a drum roll off of it, we'll be like, what's that?
That's it.
Right?
It's over.
It's over. It's over. And, so that's it's us. It's our things.
Right.
But I want you to understand that too. right? And think about the brass, right? They've gone and they're taking that to another level, right? You have kids wanting to learn music just to perform in Junkanoo.
Right.
So that interest is what's there, and that's where like lands to the mentoring.
Yeah.
You know, they have to be disciplined in order to really perform. The competition right now is in sections. It's the back line, it's the brass. You have the King Bella, right? So these are interests that we're trying to foster and develop and compensate for it.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's key. And I feel like there's more of a focus now on music and music education and culture because of how we see Junkanoo just expanding.
Exactly.
And that's a talent, you know what I mean? To be able to do that, it's a talent. I know so many times we focus on academics in school, and that's important too. But for those kids to be able to get up there, I mean, I can't blow a horn to save my life. You know, like there's effort involved in this, but there's some, you know, real skills that go into that.
And there is a means in there because even with brass guys, we're finding now that these guys are going off to school on music scholarships, right?
That's right.
Playing the large bands at the schools and getting scholarships. So it leads, it's a way for them to change their circumstance by just learning to play that instrument because it leads to scholarship. So, yeah.
And are there any changes that we should be looking forward to for this Junkanoo season? Anything changing?
Well, for the boxing, the major change for the boxing day would be the time.
Okay, so what's the time?
It starts at 9 on Boxing Day.
And
It's
just
going to be
tell our audience, what was it before so we understand?
at 12.
Okay, so so we're hoping to end earlier?
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the goal.
we're hoping to be on
JCMPS.
time as well?
Oh, certainly. Like I
Okay.
said, we really give kudos to the JCNP for all they've been doing for years and trying to pull off these two parades.
Awesome. Well, I mean, just to wrap up, do you all have any favorite groups? Anybody you're looking forward to seeing?
We love Junkanoo, so we want it to be successful, right? Because we have friends.
It's music. I love that. Music.
The competition starts, and you know you have your favorites, but we have friends in every group. This is because it's a small community.
Yeah.
And you know it's a healthy competition. A lot of people, you know, fun doing it. Even families, households are divided over this thing, but it's all in fun.
Yeah.
We're all friends
It
at the end
is.
of the day.
It is. At the end of the day, right?
Right.
We're all Bahamian.
Right,
We're all Bahamian. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Man, I thought retirement would have slowed you down.
It's the island life, son. Living in paradise.
Must be nice. Can't wait until it's my turn, if that day ever comes.
My financial planner has provided me with solutions for my future. Pension, retirement, and even property management.
So who helped you with all this?
Let's go, son. 2 more miles.
What's Leno?
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Up dead early on another marvelous Monday, and it's the Mid Show, and you stuck with us. My name is Mark Daniel.
My name is Tamika Cartwright.
And we are here at the mid-show, everybody. We hope you enjoyed that first segment, having that discussion with UB. Make sure to go and support the President's Soiree, the Hall of Fame awards ceremony, and the Alumni Awards is happening this Saturday at Bahamas, 6 o'clock. Make sure you're there for the blue carpet. Right?
That's right. We also had the team from the JNC was here as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You know, we didn't get into any Junkanoo politics, but they shared some exciting things. You know, when I asked them their favorite groups, they were just like, music. I'm like, all right, we'll keep it to that.
Yeah, when they walked in, I was ready to start singing, they rob us, they rob us. But that's okay, that ain't them. They're the ones who organize and they are strategic, right? And so we appreciate their work and energy. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's December 1st, everybody, so it's officially Junkanoo season, it's Sagittarius season, it's Christmas season, it's all the season. So all the December babies and everybody who loves December, we are officially here.
That's right, that's right. Have you put up a Christmas tree yet?
No.
No, okay,
same. Yeah, I was thinking of picking up one of those $1,000 trees that I've been seeing, right? You know, because you got to spend big to really enjoy the season. No.
Right, so you do the real tree?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
We have a fake tree, but there's also a tradition that you can buy a palm tree, potted palm, decorate it, and when you're done, plant it in your yard. Palms are more indicative to our being in the tropics, our part of the world. I know we love everything European and cold, but hey, if you want to be as tropical and Caribbean people, get a palm tree, a nice palm in a big pot, decorate it, and then plant it every year. And guess what's going to happen in a number of years? You're going to have a nice palm forest in your yard.
That's what we did growing up, you know. I always had the palm. My mom was like, we're doing the palm.
Yeah.
We ain't doing the tree, we're doing the palm.
Do the palm. So everybody go buy your palms, everybody. Go rush the nurseries. We got more coming up in our second half. We're going to take another look at our segment with the Healthy Bahamas Coalition's education campaign.
That's right, and we are also kicking off our My Library series with Dr. Harold Munnings. But before all of that, let's take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tommy, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, we have two fronts, one in southeastern islands, and we have a reinforcing cool front now over Grand Bahama and Abaco. That's going to swiftly move through the islands, bringing some cooler temperatures, but also high pressure bills, bringing some windy conditions for the next few days across the islands. So we're asking small craft operators to remain in port or near port over the next couple of days. Winds today, north to northeast at 15-20 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet. Tomorrow, those winds become northeasterly at 15-25 knots, seas building 6 to 9 feet on northwest and central Bahamas, 20-25 knots, seas 7 to 10 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Wednesday, winds northeast to east at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet on northwest Bahamas, 20-25 knots, seas 7 to 10 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides, you can expect a high tide at 8:15 this morning. The next low tide will be at 2:40 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 8:36. Sunset, 5:19 this evening, rising at 6:38. UV index 7, your water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Any moon phase, no moon. Your external look, high pressure becomes a dominant feature through the week, so some breezing conditions into Thursday, and partly sunny skies. On the mild side at nighttime, cool at nighttime. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 70s, at nighttime in the mid 60s. That puts up your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Welcome back. We're starting our My Library series sponsored by the Center for Digestive Health in an attempt to encourage Bahamians to write, publish, and celebrate Bahamian literature. And our guest is none other than Dr. Harold Munnings, Medical Director for the Center of Digestive Health. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, so tell us, what inspired you to sponsor the My Library series?
Well, I want to get more Bahamians to write. There are so many persons that have a story in them, and it goes with them. I mean, you know, the great Dr. Miles Monroe wrote in my copy of his book, The Power of Purpose and Vision, "Die empty." And I can't remember the Bible verse that he underscored that with, but I really took that to heart.
Yeah, that is a powerful line.
Yes.
Yeah, a very, very powerful line. So that's why you're doing this.
Yes. So, you know, I hit 40 some time ago in the rearview mirror and got interested in my family history. And all the persons that I really needed to talk to were either too old to remember what was going on or they were gone. And I really wish I had talked to my Aunt Louise, who was 90 when I was 18, and, you know, so I embarked on trying to recreate and dig up stories.
Yeah, and capture those stories. And it's the stories of those that have gone on, but it's also the stories of those that are still here, right? You know, so many people have so much to say, and you know, and that's just so important, right? It's a part of our history. You know, we want to preserve that history as well.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
So that was your inspiration.
and there's so much, and my particular interest is in our history. I mean, in high school, I had no interest in learning what was being taught at the time. I mean, I maybe should have been a better student in history, but, you know, I couldn't get my teeth into the Industrial Revolution in England and, you know, the Arawaks. Yes, it's an important part of our past, but what's left? A few bones and broken pottery and whatnot. And then, you know, fast forward 10, 20 years into a medical career, and I learned about the Yarmouth Castle disaster. And I was like, well, how come they didn't teach me about this disaster that killed 90 tourists in the Bahamas in one day? I mean, how come we don't know about that?
Yeah.
Just up the street, there was a disaster that killed 4 men in an explosion right on Collins Avenue that completely changed the employment landscape in the country. How come we don't know about that? I mean, it caused the hospital's intensive care unit to open. It broke all records for blood donations. It caused new legislation to be enacted. Apart from persons that were directly involved in it, you know, it's not taught. We don't know about it. And I started discovering these stories, and that fueled my passion to write.
Nice. And those stories are, I mean, those stories are so important for our people to know, because then we'll be able to then carry those stories on. And you know, kids, like little kids, they love hearing stories. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are, but when you're able to sit around the table with your grandparents and just listen to the stories. I mean, I have 2 kids, they're older now, but they would just be in awe at the stories from Nana, the stories from Papa, you know what I mean, and how they grew up. So, I mean, you know, the kids are interested, right? There's that passion, there's that passion to know.
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
So that was what drove me.
Okay, awesome. And then how do you hope that this series will impact aspiring writers, Bahamian writers?
Yes, well, you don't have to be a writer to write your story. I mean, I'm not a writer. And, you know, I'm a physician. I'm other things, but I'm not a writer. It's the story that I got out. So once I put out my story, now I get help. I give it to a writer and say, and they look at it and say, well, I don't know where you went to school, but this grammar isn't right. And you can get someone to fix your spelling and fix your grammar. They can't fix your story. You have to tell your story. There's a taxi driver, parks his taxi out outside the British Colonial Hilton. He was a busboy on the Yarmouth Castle. I mean, he's a living repository of history of a disaster that made worldwide headlines. He has a story to tell, you know. There's a clerk in a video store that whose father died in the explosion. You know, okay, she never went to university, she never studied writing, but her story is something that only she can tell.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the events that we've had just in the last couple of years, you know, even with Hurricane Dorian, you know, you've got people that have these stories, and we hope that those stories won't die, right? Because from years down the line, we want to be able to hear what was it like to be able to, you know, live that experience through those individuals. So how do we get people to get motivated to come together and write, people with these stories that may think, I'm not a writer, I don't know, I didn't do that in school, you know, how do we do that?
A series like this that shows people who are not writers holding up a book and saying, look, I did this, is a start. There are already moves. I mean, the Sir Franklin Wilson Family and Foundation that provides funding for persons to do this. You know, it takes time and money if you're doing historical research. If what you're writing requires factual undergirding, that takes time and that takes money. I mean, accessing archives, traveling to visit sites. If you're self-employed, where time is money, then it's doubly expensive. So there needs to be a level of support. But if all of your story is up here, then what it takes is time and motivation.
Yeah, and so for the persons that may be watching, that may say, I have a story to tell. I've always wanted to be a writer. What can they do? How do they start? What's the process of starting to write a book?
Yes. When I started, I bought a book off Amazon called How to Write Your Story.
Okay.
And it started with making notes, you know, outline what it is that you want to get out there. And as you start layering and layering. And so you start with notes, and then you start writing, just get started.
Right, and then the process of actually publishing, because I'm sure there are a lot of people that probably even have their stories tucked away on a shelf somewhere, but then where do we go with that?
Yes. My publisher for forever has been Media Enterprises, right around the corner on, well, it's off Shirley Street, so Shirley Park Avenue.
Okay.
Is where they're located. They're an excellent local publisher. Putting in props for those guys, and they've done really well for me. But there are online publishers. I've also used online publishers. You send them your manuscript, and they turn it into a book for you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so those are ways.
And is it expensive? Because there might be that person out there saying, I don't know, it might cost me, you know, all my money, my ASU draw.
Yes, it's expensive.
Okay.
Well, it depends. It depends on what level. You know, if you want full color, if you want a color, if you've got photographs that you want printed, if you want a hardcover, that's expensive. But if you just want a Word document turned into a manuscript that's printed with a paperback cover, it's not that expensive.
Okay. And I think we have grown, because I'm seeing so many more people are starting to write. You even have young kids that are starting to write, you know, Bahamian kids that are out there with their books.
Yes.
You've got some teachers that are also writing, you know, whether it's the exam packets for BJCs or BGCSEs, and the booklets that go along with that, the content for that. So I feel like we're getting there. We're on the move.
It's gotten easier.
Yeah.
It's gotten easier. And because now the writers are not just once every blue moon, persons are seeing it as a business. I can turn your book into turn your manuscript into a book.
Right, and you've got some books here with you. Why don't you show us what you've got here? These are all your books?
These are all my books.
Wow.
This
You've
is
been writing for a
Bellyache
while.
is one. This is my latest book.
Okay.
I consider this my best book. This is the one that I worked hardest on.
And that's the thick one. So what's that one about?
This is the history of the cholera epidemic that hit the Bahamas in 1852.
Wow, okay.
It was 10 times as bad as COVID-19. Killed more people in a fraction of the time. It was really well documented. The Nassau Guardian published statistics, enough so that we could do a dashboard and graph the epidemic. And so this was what took my last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Started during the COVID epidemic. This is a
Let's see what
history
else you have
of the healthcare in the Bahamas
Nice.
The university gifted a copy of this to each medical graduate this year. I was very honored that they would have done that.
That is cool.
This one is the history of the Princess Margaret Hospital. And then this last one is a memoir.
Nice.
Yes. So these are my books.
I have to ask, you know, when I think about doctors, I think that you're always busy.
Yes.
You know, doctors are always running in and out, you know, trying to deal with their patients. Where do you find the time?
Yes, I'm asked that a lot. Writing goes in 18-month bouts where all of my free time is in writing. So I miss family functions. I don't go to church as often as I should. Not traveling, all of the big social events that I love to attend. Tennis that I love to play goes out the window, and I go to work and I'm home and I'm writing. I wake up early, I work late, and then that stops. The book is out, and then it's in the hands of someone that's going to polish the manuscript. So it's not, I'm not continuously writing.
Okay.
And then balance returns until the next project, and then all balance goes out the window, and I'm doing nothing but writing.
But I mean, you do it obviously because you're passionate about it. Like, I hear the passion.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's a voyage. It's a, how come I didn't know this? How come? Oh, everybody needs to know this.
Right.
And so that gets into the book.
Yeah. And just to wrap up, I know you had a CD as well, right?
This was a
or
DVD.
A DVD. Okay.
This was a DVD.
And tell us, what's on the DVD?
One of my passions is music.
Oh, nice.
You know, I'm not a professional musician, but my friends would be kind. So a few years ago, I invited a few friends to the club at Old Fort Bay and said, you guys, please come and listen. And one of my friends owned a video business, and he brought a cameraman and recorded it. This was more than 10 years ago. When I watched the DVD, I thought, oh no, I can't show this to anybody. This is too hokey. But I'm older now, I'm a senior, and so I don't mind looking hokey. So I'm now giving out the DVDs.
Oh,
I brought one for you.
Oh, wow,
and
that's
I brought
so
one
cool.
for the cameraman.
Sunset over Old Fort Bay by Harold. And this is you with the guitar.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're super talented. Writer, musician.
So,
I mean,
I like playing
doctor.
the guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for this. It was a pleasure having you on. And thank you so much for sponsoring this My Library series.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
You've been watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, Kevin. How can I help you?
Is it true this institution isn't doing too well? Should I move my money since I have a business and personal savings account?
Don't worry about the gossip. Banks are regulated, so the chances of this institution failing is slim, and your deposit accounts are protected. We are members of the Deposit Insurance Corporation, so your deposits are protected up to a maximum of $50,000.
What if I have more? My business account has a little over $100,000 in it. Will I get my remaining funds if the bank fails?
Yes, through the process of liquidation, which is when the bank's assets are sold over time to repay its creditors, like yourself.
Well, I learned something new today.
My advice is to diversify your financial portfolio across different account types, different member banks, and credit unions. Help us to protect you by protecting yourself.
To learn more, visit our website, dic.bs, for more information.
Welcome back. The Healthy Bahamas Coalition, operating under the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is currently engaged in an educational campaign to raise awareness about the dangers of trans fats, their health risks, and the need for government action to ban them. Joining me now are Kaj Archer. She's a Health Education and Promotion Officer with the Healthy Bahamas Coalition. And we have Adria Davis. She is a cohort coordinator with the Healthy Bahamas Coalition with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
We're trying to be healthy going into this winter season, so let's jump right in. Why is it important to educate people about trans fats? Who's going to take that?
Who's going to take it away?
So trans fats or industrially produced trans fats are harmful compounds that are found in a number of our foods. So your fried foods, your baked goods, and they actually have a negative impact on your health. So they can lead to a number of health complications, coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation. These are just a few of the potential health impacts from consuming excess trans fatty acids.
They don't seem to have a bad impact on my taste buds, though. They taste so good going down.
No, and that's the thing,
Right.
because TFAs are typically used to increase the taste of some foods
Right.
and also to preserve them, but they have no benefit for our health.
Why are the things that taste good not good for you, right? So what health risks, again, are linked to consuming trans fats?
So that would be type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, high blood pressure, different things like that. So at the Healthy Bahamas Coalition, we are the National NCD Commission, which is Non-Communicable Disease Commission. So that would consist of alcoholism, cancer awareness, diabetes awareness. So we really want to advocate for more policies and more community outreach initiatives for us to speak to the people and tell them you can have a healthier lifestyle.
But why is this important? We're just trying to eat food and feel good about ourselves. Why y'all gotta tell me what I gotta eat?
Well, so that you can live a healthier, longer lasting life. If you eat these different foods or these different fats, your life can be impacted in a negative way. And we just want people to be out there living a healthier life.
That's good. And why is this important to the government? Why is it important we have healthy citizens? Who cares, right?
Well, it's absolutely important because, as we would have mentioned, TFAs can lead to a number of health risks. And in 2022, CARICOM member states agreed to eliminate trans fatty acids from the national food supplies by December 31st, 2025. And to date, this has not yet been done. A number of countries are working at the highest levels to get it done, but so far no country has enacted best practice policies to eliminate industrially produced trans fats.
So lay out the roadmap for me and how we as a nation can eat healthier. How are we really gonna make a difference to the everyday citizen?
Right, so there are a number of things you can do. So ITFAs, industrially produced trans fats, are usually formed when you heat vegetable oils, when you cook them or fry them at very high temperatures. And so what you can do is use healthier alternatives. Instead of shortening or margarine, you can use things like sunflower oil, you can use canola oil, you can use peanut oil, corn oil. So those are some better alternatives than using your hard margarines and your shortening, which could contain a lot of ITFAs.
All right, so we got that. I can switch out some of those oils. Any other switcheroos I need to do and that can help me live a healthier life?
So we really want to emphasize grilling food, steaming food, boiling food, baking, those things rather than frying because, Bahamians, we love our fried food.
Oh, yeah.
Fried fish, fried chicken, fried pork chop, everything fried.
Fried macaroni!
If you could, you would.
Yeah, right.
So we just really want to emphasize that you can take those alternatives when cooking. You don't necessarily have to do a big switcheroo when it's time for you to cook your food. You could eat the same thing, but just in a healthier way.
So where do I start? If I am recognizing that, okay, my house, my family, or just me, I need to eat differently, where do I start? What's step number one?
Well, you can start by looking at your food package labels when you go to the food store.
Who does that?
Well, we should all start doing it. We should all do it.
I gotta read in the supermarket too? I spend money? Jeez.
It's absolutely important to know what you are consuming, what your family is consuming. So it's important to, when you look on the back of the packaging on the food label, you wanna look for trans fatty acids and partially hydrogenated oils. And you do not want to consume more than 2.2 grams of trans fatty acids for a 2,000 calorie diet. So when you're choosing your products, you want to make sure that you look at the back of the food package label. I know it's a bit of reading, but it's important to know what you're consuming.
And that's being an informed consumer. And even if you read the package and then still put it in your cart, at least you know what you're consuming, right? How can people find out more information about eating healthy and the work you guys are doing?
So you can visit our Facebook page. We are Healthy Bahamas Coalition. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok.
All right, Instagram and TikTok, Healthy Bahamas Coalition, helping the Bahamas get healthier one plate at a time. I'd like to thank you both for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Anything you got to say before we go? Anything to our viewers?
Stay healthy and read your food package labels.
Read it in the supermarket, everybody. You'll be fine. Thanks again for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching us on Bahamas at Sunrise. Remember to read your labels in the supermarket. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
And that's going to do it for us today on Bahamas at Sunrise. We're so glad you stuck with us. Kicking off your week, kicking off your December the best way possible here with us on Bahamas at Sunrise. Tommy!
Yes.
What's happening this week?
Boy, listen, let's see. It's going to be Christmas decorating, I think. We have to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, right? All the decorations are coming out. The lights are going to go up. It's time to get your yard together. Everybody buying poinsettias. You know, the competition. Who can get the most colorful one? The red one, the pink one. I even see some white and pink ones, but you got to know where to get the plug from. But have a great week, everybody. Remember to be kind to people. Everybody going through some things. It's that time of year. Spread love and not hate. Be your brother and sister's keeper. You know, do something nice. Do something nice for the planet. Do something nice for a stranger. And we'll see you on Friday, right?
That's right.
See you Friday.
Bright and early.
Have a great week.